Hello and welcome to the RCB podcast powered by Kotak Mahindra Bank. You've done this all your life, right? This is the only thing you've done all your life. The scrutiny while you were growing up was probably inexistent except for your coaches.
Yeah.
And then you're suddenly under the guise of the entire world. The entire world is looking at you. You've gone through something like this where you've been lauded and trolled.
Yeah.
There are other people who've been lauded and trolled. Do you ever walk up to a guy and be like, bro, chill, just do well next time, they will change, the tide will completely change? Or does it actually impact your mental health? What happens?
It's not a very mean thing, but something that gets to me is people saying that I've been lucky taking 30 wickets in the season. I'm like, okay, how does that happen? How do you take 30 wickets in a tournament like IPL by sheer luck? How does that happen? And what a lot of people don't really know is whenever I have my meeting with a bowling coach, with Griff, I tell him exactly what I'm going to do and exactly how I'm going to get the guys out. And I do that. I get them out. But these are the things that really don't get out in the public sphere. So they think that he is just running fast and bowling slow and getting wickets. It's that simple for them. So it feels like, how is this happening? How is this guy taking 3 wickets every match? But there's a process behind it. I'm not just running and bowling and getting wickets. It doesn't happen that way. So yeah, if you pay attention to that and if you allow it to take your mental energy, if you focus on that, then yeah, it will 100% affect you, and it can be debilitating. Some of the comments on Instagram, these people are professionals. All these trolls are professionals, man. They know how to push your buttons. Yeah. And they will say things which are very, very close to like the truth. But it's not true. But they're very close. So you start thinking in your head that, what if this guy is right? What if I've just been lucky? And then you go back to your room, go back to reality and think, no, not really. And that is not true. So yeah. And again, I've always believed in the fact that if you get pumped up by the praise, you will get depressed by the trolls.
This season, right, it's been quite a roller coaster. You've taken a hat-trick. You've recorded the best ever spell by a bowler in this tournament, I think.
Not in the tournament, but yeah, that 5-wicket haul. The first ever 5-wicket haul against Mumbai.
Correct. First ever 5-wicket haul, and you get hammered for 37 runs.
Yeah. So that's a definition of a roller coaster.
Dude, I mean, like, what is it about the format of this game that you like?
Yeah, it's precisely that, right? It keeps giving you that reality check every once in a while. So when you get clobbered for 37, you feel like, what has this happened? Like, and in that over, like, I tried to do everything right. I had my plans. I couldn't execute a single delivery. Not a single delivery I executed. And I executed probably one, and Siraj dropped a catch on that delivery. So I was like, no, this is not going my way today. So that gives you a little bit of perspective that, you're not the top dog. You may be in 1 or 2 games, but you have to come back to reality. You again have to keep your head down and do your work.
What's been your most memorable or satisfactory wicket? One that you took and said, wow, I did this. And how did that how did you plan it? What happened?
Yeah, that Pollard's wicket in that hat-trick, that was very gratifying because, again, it's Kieron Pollard, right? One of the... You dread that guy when you're bowling at death. So we had decided to bowl wide to him because the offside was quite larger in dimensions than the leg side, and he can clear any boundary with ease. So we decided that we're going to bowl wide Yorkers to him. So I said, okay, I'll bowl wide Yorkers to him. And then suddenly I thought, he's not expecting me to bowl in stumps. So he's going to walk across. And whenever the batsman walks across, he creates a blind spot on his leg side. So I decided to bluff. And I bowled a perfect loopy slow ball that I bowled. The execution was spot on, and he completely missed it. So getting the batsman out, like they try to hit you, the ball, they don't really connect, the ball goes up in the air and someone catches it. Again, it's a wicket, it feels great, you've deceived the batter, but it doesn't feel as good as something like this where you didn't allow, where the batsman was not even in the picture, he was completely outfoxed. So that wicket was definitely very gratifying for me.
So tell me this, how different is the perception? So when you take a hat-trick or when you take 5 in a game versus getting hit for 37, is the perception within the team and outside the team, how different is it?
Yeah, it changes. It changes like this. People who hold you in very high regard and base all their expectations on you, and suddenly it deflates. So it's like a stock market, right? One day it's like hitting the peaks, and next day something happens, COVID happens, and it all crashes. It all comes crumbling down. So that's what happened in that game. And but again, that's what something that really helped me go through that and come out of that still intact, not broken, was the experience of these 10 years, and knowing that this is a pendulum, this is going to swing both ways. And obviously it's easier said than done, but you don't really pay attention to what people say. You can't do that. If you do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. So my focus was, every time I analyze a game, I only look at 2 aspects of it. One is planning, one is execution. So was I wrong in my planning? No, I wasn't. Was I wrong in my execution? Yes.
Does the pressure get the better of you? What happens?
Yeah, it used to. It used to for sure, because again, we let our mind run ahead of the situation. We start thinking about the future, and that's where you lose the game. So pressure is just that, right? You're not in the moment. You're thinking like, I'm defending 4 runs of the last ball. What if I concede 4 runs and lose the game for the team? What are people gonna say? And am I gonna get dropped? And if you're playing a playoff game, this is the end of the tournament if I concede 4 runs. So if you allow your mind to go in that space, then you're done. Then you've lost the game before you bowl the ball. But at the same time, if you actually focus on what the batter's trying to do, what is the best delivery to bowl at this time, and how are you going to execute it? So as a bowler, I have my checklist of, I want a controlled run up, my loading, which angle I want to create. So at the top of the mark, I'm thinking all these things, I'm checking all those boxes. And if you are in that mind space, then inevitably you will more often than not execute. And the batsman can still get away with it and still get the best of you, but you know that you've done the best you could do.
Listen to all the episodes of the RCB podcast on Spotify, Gaana, Amazon Prime Music and Apple Podcasts.
ये है मेरा ड्राइवर्स लाइसेंस, माई मेट्रो कार्ड और ये है मेरा फैन कार्ड।